This first topic you are going to be a little bit unfamiliar with, so I'll take the driver's seat. But over the weekend, we just lost another wrestling icon. TRACY Smothers passed away at the age of 58. He was suffering from I want to make sure I get this right because what was it? It was lymphoma, I believe it was, that he was suffering from. That it wasn't terminal when he was diagnosed in it, because in November of last year, but then he died almost about a year later at the age of 58. So I don't know if it was a disease related to that. I don't know if he caught COVID and it heightened the thing up, because a lot of times people got to understand something. COVID deaths is just like AIDS deaths, and what I mean by that is, if you die from COVID, just like if you die from AIDS, they don't put on your death certificate, this person died from COVID or died from AIDS. They die from complications, because you when you catch AIDS, it breaks your immune system down. So that means you could catch pneumonia and die, or a cold and die. Just got nothing to fight it off with. So you never know that if COVID came in the picture, if this man's illness got worse because there was nothing to protect his body, if that was the case. So there'd just be a respect there. TRACY Smothers was I grew up watching WCW, so he was in WCW from 1990 to like 1992, like that early 90s. I started watching in 1992, so he was right before me. I'm thinking this is the Bill Watts era and stuff from the 90s and 1992, stuff like that. Actually, I think that Bill Watts is maybe 92 and a little bit down, but he was there, and he was in a tag team. I forgot what the tag team was, but he was there. And then I know they had a little rivalry with Doom, which was the Ron Simmons Butch Reed tag team at the time. And so he did a little bit of things there. He was in I think the Southern Boys was the name, and then they went against the Fabulous Freebirds at Clash of Champions a couple of times in the early 90s. So a lot of things that he has been more famous for the WCW things were the times that were when I didn't even know what wrestling was. Actually, I was what, 3-4 years old at that time before I started watching it in 92. Then in 92, when he left, he went to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I didn't watch any of the Smoky Mountain Wrestling stuff, so that was the Jim Cornette promotion that he came up with back in the 90s, and I didn't know anything about Smoky Mountain. At that time, it was WCW, WWF, and WWF at that time didn't have Raw until 93, because he was watching Superstars or Tuesday Night Titans and stuff like that, so he wasn't watching Raw yet. He did make a return. He did come to WWE or WWF in 96, 97, right when we're at the end of the New Generation era, just on the bridge going over to the Attitude Era. And he came in as Freddie Joe Briscoe, which was Freddie Joe Floyd, which was a rib that Vince did on him to make fun of their front office official Freddie Joe Briscoe and Gerald Floyd Briscoe. And he came from Bowlegs, Oklahoma, which is a weird. I don't even want to go to that state or go wherever that's at. Made fun of him there, and he was mostly doing dark matches. And then had a couple of matches like on Raw, like with Mankind and Triple H, at that time. But once again, at that time, I was all Nitro at that time, so I didn't even see it at that time. Then he went over to Extreme Championship Wrestling, and then did a little stint over there from like the late 90s, 97, 99 to 99, with the Full Blooded Italians. I remember the Full Blooded Italians with
I remember the Full Blooded Italians.
Yeah, with little Guido and Nunzio and all that. I remember the Full Blooded Italians, and he was a part of it for a short amount of time. And they used to say he's from Southern Italy, and they tried to throw him in there. But then after ECW went under, he did the independent circuit for about 20 years. And like I said, he went from independent circuit here and a couple of things there, and then 2010 went to he had to stop in TNA. This at the time where I know everybody was bringing in TNA stuff, and he was there doing a little thing with the with what they used to call EV 2.0. That was the extreme version 2.0. The whole ECW guys that came into TNA, stuff like that. But it was only for that 1 year. So I don't, he was a legend in the business. A lot of people came out and expressed their grief for this man passing away. Died young, 58 years old. Is not old anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'll be blessed to live to see that age, but everybody would love to see. You can always live longer. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy more life out there. But so, God bless him. Bless his family. He gets condolences from me, and may he rest in peace. I didn't want to do this podcast without mentioning him, but I do know that my knowledge of him is not as broad as it could be, because he was before my time, and then the times that he was trying to do stuff other places, I wasn't watching that company.